guys. I was gonna go live and then our internet went out, so I can't now, but I'm getting ready for a photo shoot and I thought I would do my makeup here instead and show you how I prep for a photo shoot, how I do my makeup for a photo shoot. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is my makeup palette that holds all of my makeup tins. I wear this every day. I'm gonna do a little bit more makeup since it is photography. I'm going into my darker shade first, and I'm just gonna place that kind of where I have some hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. And I love using a fluffy brush for this because it's giving just a light coverage while also concealing out all of the redness. So now I'm gonna actually go into my bronzer, place this kind of just where the sun would naturally hit me. So I like to go on top of my forehead because I have a pretty tall forehead. And so this works really well for me. If you have a smaller forehead, you probably could skip this step. And then I also like to go on top of the cheekbone, almost like where you would put your blush. And this is just gonna really warm up the face, add more dimension. I'm basically creating more dimension with each step that I go, and using a fluffy brush allows you to not to put too much on. Tapping into my palette like this to pick up product. I don't have to dig into these little tins, but I just do little taps. And now I'm gonna go into my contour. And this is just adding another level of dimension to the makeup. And this is what's gonna allow it to look very professional, very upscale. We're not just using one color anymore, because if I were to use one color, it's just gonna kind of wipe out all the color in my face. And we don't wanna do that if we want our makeup to look natural. Actually end up looking more no makeup when you use several colors in the right areas of your face. So you can see how that is just creating a natural shadow. It doesn't really look like makeup, and that's the point of contour. It just creates a natural shadow to your face. And you can tell how this looks more sculpted now than this side. So I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. I'm really just feeling for that cheekbone and concentrating it there and blending it out. Depending on your face shape, it'll determine where you put your contour, but this is where I like placing mine. Jawline here, again, to kind of create a shadow, and this is gonna make that jawline look, how do the cool kids say it? Snatched. Oh my gosh, I've never felt more like an old lady in my life with this new kid lingo. Okay, so I have two color correctors. I have a yellow and I have an orange. And I'm actually gonna start with the orange because I have some blue in my skin that I want to conceal. So I'm just gonna tap exactly where I want it. And my eyes tend to do this hollow right here. So I'm placing it there where I have the most darkness. I'm not going all the way up into this lash line. That's actually your lower lid, and we don't need to conceal that out. In fact, I usually put eyeshadow there to smoke out. So there's no point of putting product there when I have plans to put something else there. So right now I'm just placing the product, and I'm gonna blend it out soon. But what's happening is the heat of my skin is warming up this product. So if I just place the product there first, kind of where I want it, and now where I have more purplish tones, I'm gonna take the yellow and place it there, which is a little bit towards the inside. And you don't need a lot of this, guys. These color correctors are so pigmented. And when you tap your makeup, you're keeping the product where you placed it and you're just blending it out. I don't wanna come in here and swipe it, because then where I placed the makeup, you're basically moving the product off of your skin, and we want to keep it exactly where we placed it. Okay, so that's really just my first layer, and you can see how much that actually canceled out. I do have a little bit more in here, so Anywhere I see that I'm having a little bit more of that color come through, I just need to add a little bit more in a specific area. And I know this might feel tedious at first, but the more you do it, the more you know where to place it, the better you'll get and the easier it'll get. Okay, there we are, done. Bright under eyes, very little product. Now we can continue on with the rest of my makeup. So now we're gonna go in and start creating some pops of highlight. So what that looks like is a lighter shade than my main shade. So here was my main shade that I put all over, and now I'm going into this shade that's a little bit brighter. I'm gonna tap that onto my hand just to kind of really work it into the brush. This is something that makeup artists do that can really help you get a better application of your makeup. And what I want to do is just place it where I want to draw the eye more. And that's really just right below my under eye is where I like to brighten here. You can see that just ever so slightly difference from cheek to cheek, where we're brightening this here. This is called Madrid. It's a muted coral. It's pink, it's warm, and that's gonna be perfect for what I have planned to wear. And it just gives a really natural flush to my face. I'm gonna put a little bit more on than I normally would because it's a photo shoot. And I'll take my makeup palette with me also. I like to place this on the apples of my cheeks, so when I smile, you can see the blush, and then I just tap it up, and I just feel like that gives a really nice youthful look. Taking this Spice lip liner by MAC, that really matches Madrid quite nicely, and I'm going to align my lips. Remember, I did put a balm on my lips before this. To get longer lasting lipstick, you can use a lip liner as a base. What I like to do is also contour my lips. So I'm concentrating the color towards the edges and around, but I'm leaving the center open for a lighter color because it's gonna give me a fuller looking lip. You know, they taught us in makeup school on this part of your lips to never do a point. You actually want to curve it because on stage they actually make it pointier for evil characters. Like the person that comes to mind is like Maleficent. Like they would give her really spiky features, really angular features to kind of accentuate that, I don't know, evilness, spookiness. So you always want to round it. It's softer, it's more approachable, it's friendlier. So always round off the peaks of your lips. And if you don't have like a prominent peak like that, just go across, but always round, always round. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill this in with a lighter shade in the center. I only have 30 minutes. So now I have to do my eyeshadow. And I think I'm not going to record my eyeshadow. I'll just show you what it looks like afterwards because like I gotta speed out of here. But yeah, this is my all-in-one cream makeup palette. If you want me to match you to your colors and build you a makeup palette, I can do that. You just have to fill out my makeup form and I'll do my eyes and then I'll show you guys the after.